Alright, so how's everyone doing? So, here I am, Artist of Strong Style, here now with the test hands of this true-draco deck I made. Now remember, this true-draco deck, there's only 9 monsters. So out of 40 cards, there are only 31 cards that are not monsters. But there are some cards that you saw in the deck profile that help you draw into you're gonna get a true-draco. So, here we go. And then, of course, yes, there is the Monarch, Magic, and Trap cards. So that's why it's called, yeah, true-draco Monarch. Fun deck. I like it. Tributed deck. And then you saw how special the distributed deck can be. Because, yes, you can use your Magic and Trap continuous spell cards. Count that as a tribute than just your monsters. You can if you want, but that's what's interesting about it. So, lose one turn. True-draco Heritage. Disciple. Monarch Stormforth. Alright, so my 5 cards, no monsters, see? Remember, it's going to be tough. So let's draw. Okay, still no monster. So, what's my best move? Okay. I got no choice but to... Okay. It can only be 1. Lose 1 turn. And let's just have a true-draco on the field. That's it. That's all I can do. So when it comes to my opponent's turn, lose 1 turn. Activate this card if you control no special summon monsters, which you do not. Even if you control a monster, it just says as long as you control no special summon, which you do not. While a monster is face up on the field, negates effects during that turn. That monster was special summoned. Then, if an effect monster is special summon in attack position, change it to defense position. And then let's add in, there can only be 1. Okay, your opponent can only have 1 monster of each type. So if your monster, okay, like for me, one of my friends, he likes to play dragons. So all this is dragon. He can only have 1 dragon on the field. And then if it's an effect of a special summoning, it'll be put to defense position. So yeah, no monster, but hopefully you got a little backup right here. There can only be 1. And then it switched to defense position by an effect. So draw. Okay, Monarch Domain. See? Still nothing. But I have Domain. But remember, my opponent can still play from the extra deck. But remember, there can only be 1 out. And then that is by a special summoning. So it'll get switched. Unless it's a link monster, but the effects will be negated. Draw. Okay, now I did draw into a monster. Let's say True Heritage. Now, okay. Tribute. Count this as my 1. Dino Knight. Dino Knight, activate. True King's Return. Search for a trap card. Activate it or add it to my hand. I will activate it. Then, whenever a magic card is sent away, destroy a magic or trap my opponent controls on the field. And then with True Heritage, for how many true-dracos were sent to the graveyard on this effect, I get to draw that many cards. So 1 was sent away, so I will draw 1 card. Waterfall of the Dragon Souls, okay. Let's set it. Alright, let's put the camera to right here. Alright then. Domain. Now since I have a tributed monster in the field, my opponent cannot play from the extra deck. Neither can I, but you're not playing an extra deck. And I only have 1 monster out, and that's why, yeah, it's called there can only be 1. Remember, 9 monsters you're only going to have. So you're not going to really have that many monsters. Well, of course, yes you are, but hopefully it's just the way this is. Okay. Waterfall of the Dragon Souls. Search for a monster. Then, okay, Masterpiece. Alright then, Pantheism. So then I'm gonna tribute. Now I'm gonna tribute. There can only be one. So tribute this. Count my domain as 2. Into Masterpiece. Anytime I want to, any players during turn. Okay, I'm gonna remove from play a Magica Trap of a Continuous. Activate Masterpiece. Destroy. Target 1 card on the field and destroy it. Now we already know those damn cards. They're gonna Evoke Vader or Ash Blossom it to make sure that effect doesn't go. But the cost is I must still do it. I can declare attacks, go into battle phase, attack, but since I have attributed monster on the field and I have domain on the field, they'll gain boost up of 800 attack points more. So attack, that is 33, and then 2950 plus 800 more. Now I just don't get why the heck they made a Masterpiece a 2950. Why didn't they just make it like a 3000 or a 29 attack, not 2950, but okay. The pass and end my turn from there. Now lose 1 turn doesn't affect me. It affects my opponent. That's what I like about lose 1 turn. So draw. Lose 1 turn. Okay. Maybe. Okay. Since I know I possibly have a good lineup right there. Okay. Pantheism. Get rid of my Storm Fort then. Draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Oh, what do you know then? Okay. Ignis Heat. Okay. Alright. Let's go with Disciples. Sent away. Ignis Heat. Activate. Or I can activate any others. So, let's say, alright, yeah. Ignis Heat. Let's play another Disciple. Activate it. Oh, sorry about that on the camera. So then, remove Pantheism. My cards I'm going to show to my opponent, and my 3 are going to be they're going to give me March of the Monarchs, or a Monarch Stormforth. No way they're going to give me this. They're going to give me possibly March. And activate March. So now all my attributed monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also neither by player that have card effects. And just look at that. That's what you're doing. Waterfall of the Dragon Souls. Okay. So hopefully, yeah, it's gonna be, yeah, 31 cards are not monsters. So hopefully you're gonna get into possibly getting one of those cards, or at least Pantheism or Pot of Duality. Those are your draw power cards. And then just to lose 1 turn, Remember, that doesn't affect you. That affects on your opponent. And then possibly there can only be one. I've seen some players, they have like 3 monsters out, but if there can only be one, okay, they can only control one. Now, out of those 3, which one do they want to keep? Because the other 2 must go to the graveyard then. Okay, so domain. Stormforth. Monarch Perfection. Pot of Duality. Okay. true-draco Apocalypse. True King's Return. No monsters, right? Okay. Pot of Duality. Let's see what the 3 are going to be. Waterfall Dragon Souls. Domain. Okay. No choice. Waterfall the Dragon Souls. So yeah. No monsters. I'm going to say that's bad because pretty much, yeah, my monsters... I got no monsters. Dragon Souls, it would just be I'm getting a monster, but again, my opponent can knock me out, can just kill me instantly. So it's risk. It's a risky deck. But I like playing risky. I mean, look compared to a regular Monarch deck. Of course, you got all those damn Monarchs. It's like you're rarely going to brick with that deck, with the Monarch deck. But this is true-draco Monarch. Okay, True Apocalypse. Heritage. Another Heritage. Lucky this time, I got a monster. March of the Monarchs, that's good. Monarchs, you're up. Okay, that's better for me. So, March of the Monarchs. Monarchs erupt. true-draco. Put this face down, Apocalypse. Send it away to activate Dino. Because remember, even if you have them face down, all you got to do is send away one of your continuous magic or traps. Apocalypse. Gone. Now, 4 things are going to happen. 4. 1. Gone. Destroy a monster when a trap card is sent away. 2. Search for my trap card. 3. That was gone. Draw a card. Oh, Pantheism. And then 4, just, yeah, I summoned one out. Summon, destruction of a monster. So yeah, summon, destroy, search, draw a card. Look at how this deck is. So yeah, lucky enough I was able to get a monster. Draw, Pantheism, okay. And then Monarchs, you're up now. As long as you have a tributed monster on the field, negate the effects of all face-up monsters on the field. While those monsters are face-up on the field, except tributed monsters, during your end phase, if you control... Okay, pretty much yes. Activate this card. If you have no cards from your extra deck. Negate the effects. Oh boy, okay, see? This is my only shot right here. So yeah, Raigeki stays. Destroy by battle, okay. But then I can bring it right back because of True Kings. Unless True Kings is gone. Oh, and then this would be gone, so okay. But then of course, Harpy's Feather Duster. Gone. Gone, but when a magic card is sent away, destroy a magic or trap on the field. Gone. When a trap card is gone, destroy a monster on the field. And then pretty much I would have no monsters. 3 Pantheisms, wow. Alright, then so, March of the Monarchs. True-draco Apocalypse. Lose 1 turn. Monarch Storm forth. See again, no monsters. 31 cards, there are only 9 monsters. Monarchs erupt, okay. My only option I got is lose 1 turn, lose 1 turn. And then I'll just put Heritage or, you know, Apocalypse face down. Because I want my opponent to think I'm going to have something. So there are 2 cards down. Okay, so what are they going to be? Okay, so even if they Harpy's Feather Duster, remember, trap card gone, destroy a monster. Draw. No monster, okay. Lose 1 turn, okay. I can play on them. Draw. Still no monster. See, it's tricky. So yeah, when I was playing this, I was going like maybe not, maybe yes, because I'm really not getting monsters. So it's like you want to play, but yeah, you want to have monsters, but with only 9 you're playing. I mean, you can play more, but it's, oh god, no. No. Gotta have more monsters. Well then, okay then. Alright, so, okay, monster. Perfection. March of the Monarchs. Storm forth. Another monster, okay. Deceptions, okay. So then, March of the Monarchs. Storm forth one of my opponent's monsters. Or if that's the only monster they got, well then storm forth it. Because it's not a targeting. Don't always believe what, you know, players say. Let's go into Dino Knight. Activate Dino Knight. Let's get a trap card. Best thing to always go with True Kings. Disciple. End phase. Okay, on my opponent's turn. Monorific Perfection. Once per chain, if your opponent special summons a monster or monsters and you control a tributed monster, which you do, except during the damage step, you can activate one of the following of the 6 effects. Disciple, send away. Go into Majesties. Magic card sent away. Destroy magic or trap. Maiden, search for a monster now. Masterpiece. Alright. Look at this now. So, as I just said, you got your searcher. So, masterpiece, trap card, your protection. And then I still have my searcher for my magic card. And sometimes it's not bad. When it comes down to, you know, Masterpiece now. Then it doesn't matter. Okay, Tribute. Tribute, if you don't need your protection anymore. Summon. End phase, did I really get rid of it? No, because of Special Summon. So sometimes don't always think I wasted my monster. No, you still got your trap card to revive these right back. See, Monarch's Erupt. Get rid of. Get your spell card. Disciple. Or let's go Heritage. Heritage this time. End phase. Come right back, see? That's why I use... That's why I use True King's Return. And then, yeah, what did I just get? Also, Monarch's Erupt. My Tributed monsters. Effects negated. I have my protection. I can revive right back. Oh, I'm Aiden. Okay. True. Search for my monster? Of course. I would search for possibly, yeah, Dino Knight. Right here. Draw one card because a true-draco is sent into the graveyard. So yeah, as I'm saying, it's a risk deck because out of 40 cards, 31 cards are not going to be monsters. You only have 9 monsters in here, so hopefully you can draw into getting a monster, or at least your Pot of Duality or the Pantheism you're going to get, and hopefully that's going to help you. And then yeah, the lose one turn and only one on the field. There can only be one. Hopefully that can somewhat help you, because yeah, even if it's yeah, the yeah. Okay, there can only be one, and then yeah, now you're gonna get your, you know, whatever monster you want. There can only be one, so you're not gonna go against all these damn 5 monsters out or whichever. There can only be one, and then you start off your play. But yeah, I'm just telling you what would what's gonna happen. But again, always, just remember also, Ash Blossoms, Evec Veilers. What's not so consistent, I would say, are not going to be so useful in this deck is playing Nibiru. Because Nibiru requires on 5 special summonings, and then you can play Nibiru on your opponent. Makes no difference. That's useless. But Kaijus can work, of course. Yeah, Kaijus. That works. And then with the trap card, only one. You can only have one monster on the field. Other types. If you're going against dragons, only a dragon. Only one dragon. Spellcaster, only one spellcaster. If you're playing a deck that has like 2 things, okay, then only one of those 2 things. Of those 2 types. And there can only be one. And then with the lose one turn, hopefully that can help you. So then, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll be speaking to y'all later. Peace.